Anybody who wants to understand how network works inside any enterprise, anybody who wants to understand the places where we place different types of intrusion prevention system, intrusion detection system, anybody who wants to understand what is the difference between network intrusion prevention system and host based intrusion prevention system, you have come to the right place. A lot of important things will be discussed in this video, where first of all we will try to understand how exactly the network flows within any enterprise, and this is a basic layout of how the enterprise network is segmented and how it works within almost most of the organizations, guys. So all of you who have started your career either in cyber security or network security, this video you will love it, guys. And I ensure you that if you watch till the end of this video, you will get a lot of knowledge, guys. So stay with me and please watch this video till the end. It will be going to be the best video that will give you the most knowledge in terms of understanding different network concepts, as well as in terms of understanding how stuff actually works within an enterprise. So first of all, let me begin with the right hand side top. You have open internet, the cloud. And when you see the cloud, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? We cannot directly go to the internet, guys. We need some kind of a setup in between. We need some kind of a device for communication between our internal network and external network, because internet is an external network. So if you know something about networking, then router is a device that is used to connect different networks together, guys. So that's why we have placed a router, and that's why router is connected to internet. So one interface of the router is connected with the internet, and the other interface of the router is connected to the firewall. Okay, the internal firewall that you have kept. Okay, now let us try to understand one by one functionality of each and every thing that we have placed in this diagram. Number one is router. What is the functionality of a router? Why we are using a router, guys? So router, it helps you ensure what all traffic, what all resources have you allowed within your network, guys. Okay, but the kind of segmentation, the kind of traffic filtering that you can do from a router perspective is only limited to either the IP address or the port number, guys. That is only the two ways how you can filter traffic based upon a router, because router operates on layer 3, guys. Okay, and this router works on access control list, guys. ACL, you must have heard somebody asking you in an interview or maybe anywhere, what is an ACL? ACL is nothing but access control list that you define on a router. Okay, so this router, it acts as a perimeter router. Why perimeter? Because here you have entry to your internal network. This is how somebody will enter the internal network. That's why it is considered as a perimeter router, guys, as this gives you an entry point to your internal network. After that, after the router, I hope that the functionality of the router is clear. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask in the middle of this video only, because this will be going to be a long video. So feel free to add in the comment. So after the router, the second thing that comes to the diagram is firewall. Now, why do you need a firewall after a router, guys? Because you are already getting some kind of a traffic filtering with the router, then what is the need of a firewall? Filtering of traffic again is the main purpose here in case of a firewall, because firewall is rule based, guys. Whenever you hear about firewall, always think about rule based. Firewall works on rules, guys. Here, firewall can operate in any layer. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7 OSI layers, even at application level, firewall can work and filter the traffic. So here you have more granular control in terms of making sure what kind of traffic passes through the network. Okay, so here you have complete control in firewall 1. Okay, so that is why you use a firewall. Now in firewall you see another connection, the third connection, which is going down, which is a DMZ. Now what is a DMZ, guys? DMZ is demilitarized zone. Okay, DMZ is a demilitarized zone where you keep your public servers, your front end web servers, your IIS servers, your email servers, your anything if you want public facing, you keep in a demilitarized zone. So this is your DMZ network. Again behind a firewall, not directly accessible by anyone. Okay. Anything if you want to make public and separate from the internal network, this is your way, guys. You place it in a DMZ, demilitarized zone. Okay. After this, another thing that comes to the play is code switch. Now, after firewall, you have code switch also. Now, what is a code switch, guys? Two types of switching functionality is there. Okay. Any switch usually works on layer 2. Any switch, if it has routing capability, any switch, if it has a routing capability, is known as a code switch because it can route traffic. Okay, because it can act as a router. It can also be called as intelligent switch. Okay, so this is code switch. Why we are using code switch? Why not access switch, guys? And what is the difference here? Access switch is basically used for access. For example, any computer, if you are using in your let's say the floor where you are working, you will be connecting it to the access switch on your floor. Now let's say you have 4 floors: floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, 4 floor. Now 4 floors have different 4 access switches. But now if you want to talk between the floors, how will you do that? You need another switch. Now here you need a core switch in order to make sure that the distribution of traffic can happen smoothly between these access switches, guys. Okay, very simple to understand. So you place uplinks between access switch and code switch so that traffic flow can happen, guys. After after that you have firewall 2. Now why firewall 2, guys? When we have already seen firewall 1, what is the need of firewall 2? The need of firewall 2 is, let's say you have critical machines, critical servers. Let's say you have key management servers where you are placing cryptographic keys, key management services you are hosting. This type of critical server is something that you always want to have, you know, the best protection possible. That's why you have 2 firewalls in this case. So for database servers, since all the data that you have on the front end web servers is kept on the database servers, that's why you have firewall 2, so that any traffic, if anybody, any hacker, let's say, if wants to access firewall 2, if wants to access database server, has to go through firewall 2 also. So the hacker has to pass through 2 firewalls in order to breach the database servers and in order to access the database servers. So here, by adding firewall 2, You are trying to make the hackers job difficult. You are trying to ensure better safety. You are trying to ensure that there is no access possible for any type of intrusion. Okay, now this is in terms of what all components we have in the diagram. Now what else is there, guys? A lot of the other information is also there. Please try to see this diagram. Web application firewall, you must have heard about web application firewall. IDS, IPS. Okay, where you place these devices. If you see the diagram, just along with the router, the gateway router, you can see web application firewall, IDS, IPS. So this is the area where you can place these devices, guys. If somebody asks you in the interview where you place the web application firewall, where you place the IDS, IPS, here you can answer it. Okay, also after firewall 1, you will be able to see again that you can place IDS, IPS here as well. Now what is the difference, guys? What is the difference between both the options? The difference is both are network based intrusion detection system and intrusion prevention system. In both the scenario, in the first case, if you place the IDS and IPS solution near the router, then you are trying to monitor the external traffic. Try to understand the traffic that is coming in. But if you place IDS and IPS near the core switch, near your internal traffic, then you are trying to monitor the internal traffic, guys. This is the difference. You can place the devices anywhere, it's not a problem. The reason is it depends upon what exactly is your requirement, what is the need, what do you want to do actually. Okay, after that, there is another thing that I have written on the right hand side bottom. There are host based IDS and IPS solutions also known as HIDS and HIPS. You must have heard about that. But these can only be installed on critical host because these are costly licenses, guys. Now, why do you need this type of solution? Why do you need a host based solution as well when you already have a network based solution? What is the need of that? Somebody can ask you in the interview, guys. So the reason is if you want to protect your critical systems from any kind of intrusion, any kind of anomaly that is happening on the system, you need to protect the system, guys. And in order to ensure that the particular system, let's say in this case database servers DB1 and DB2, let's say in this case if you want to make sure that nobody access the database servers at all, so you might want to place the HIDS and HIPS on the database servers in this case because they are critical servers. So here you have to decide which option is best suitable for your organization, guys, and take the necessary steps accordingly. Hope this video is very informative for you guys. Hope this video brought a lot of knowledge to you. Any questions, any follow-up comments, feel free to ask in the comment section, and please share this video. I want people to know this. I myself had a hard time understanding all these concepts, guys. So I want you to please share this video with all of the friends and make sure that you get them benefit also along with you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye bye.